In today's video, we're looking at gapping stocks and what the effective way to approach those pre-market high breaks are, looking at the favorable time of the day, either early in the morning or later in the afternoon. Plus, we're looking at how you can have a really profitable breakout from this strategy during this backtesting session. You don't want to miss it. In the last few weeks, we've dropped at least 4 backtesting videos reviewing the top strategies to attack these gapping penny stocks. We looked at holding the VWAP, breaking the pre-market high, the moving average crossover, plus more. But one of the things about these gapping penny stocks that we found out in our earlier backtesting video is only about a third of them actually break the pre-market high. Still, we're moving forward with that knowledge, testing the actual pre-market high breaks to determine the accuracy, best time of the day, plus more. Remember guys, if you want to help support our completely free day trading content like this, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button below, and click the bell to turn on notifications so you'll get an alert every single time we go live. Now, with all of that said, let's take a look at these.
Okay, so before we delve into the actual backtesting results for this specific strategy, I also wanted to review some other backtesting results I did in the last few days. I tested the opening range breakout using 3 5-minute candles documenting the high and low, so basically getting the range of those first 3 5-minute candles, and then using a 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio. And so if the range in between those 3 candles was 15 cents, I would use a 15-cent reward target and then risk based off of the low of that previous first candle. Now, this turned out to not work out so well. After testing it with over 40 stocks, it only gave me about a 50% accuracy rate, and when you consider the 1-to-1 risk to reward, it's just not a viable strategy in my opinion. Seemed pretty random, and overall it's just not a strategy I'm looking to pursue any further. If you have any other recommendations for the opening range breakout, let me know in the comments below. But with that said, let's move on to the actual strategy this video is ultimately about. And so yeah, if you didn't catch my last few videos, about 2 weeks ago I posted a video testing gappers in the last 30 days or so and testing to see how many of them actually reached the pre-market high. One of the conclusions that I got from that test was that once stocks actually break the pre-market high, they maintain a really strong upward trend. A lot of the time, a huge percentage of the time, stocks that break these pre-market high levels ultimately continue to run, and I think those were very strong stocks in particular. Now, I know somebody else made a video only a week later about this exact obscure thing, so that's a little strange, but the results were pretty solid overall for my backtesting session. Again, targeting those pre-market high breaks and looking for stocks to break the pre-market high and maintain strength showed to be a pretty solid result when you consider all of these different aspects. Overall, this is something that I wanted to test a little bit further, but I will include those original videos in the description if you want to see those videos itself. Now, in today's video, what I really wanted to test is the rate at which stocks break the pre-market high. For instance, if they break the pre-market high in the first 15 minutes, if those stocks are going to be stronger than stocks that break the pre-market high later in the day. I'm going to use a similar sample size of just the last 30 days, but I did update the stocks on my list to include this recent last week, so those stocks can be included in the backtesting session as well. And so again, I'm testing back for the last 30 days of high relative volume gappers, and I'm testing to see if they break the pre-market high in the first 15 to 30 minutes, if that shows stronger momentum in the upward direction afterwards than stocks that end up breaking the pre-market high later in the day. And so I hope that makes sense, and with all that said, let's take a look at another one, backtesting result. Okay, so the backtesting results are done, and we had some really interesting data as always from this session. You know, one of the biggest things you want to understand, just like I stated in my previous gap video, is that most stocks don't actually end up breaking the pre-market high. When I tested it, this was no different because the amount of stocks that actually broke that level were only 36%. We had 45 total tested stocks, and only 16 of them eventually broke the pre-market high, and that's not even considering the ones that failed. And so if you're just looking for stocks to move up every single day after gapping up big, it's probably not going to work out that well. But like I said, there were some silver linings to this data session here. One of the first things I realized is that when stocks actually break the pre-market high level later on in the day, they have a huge percentage chance of continuing up. Granted, we only had 3 instances of that during this testing session, but all 3 actually ended up running up really nicely and closing higher after breaking pre-market highs late in the afternoon before the close. If you can wait for that, that seems like a really nice way to approach that trade. And honestly, this is one of those trades where, especially if you only have a certain amount of day trades you can make per week, if you just wait for this strategy, it seems like it would be really successful and a really nice account building setup at that. And so with that said, I might actually try to trade this setup with my Thinkorswim account either this week or next. And again, you can always come watch this trade live on stream to see how that goes if I do take this setup. What I was originally talking about when I did this testing session is analyzing the difference between pre-market high breaks that happen in the first 10 to 15 minutes and pre-market high breaks that happen later on in the morning. To be honest, I didn't see much different with those. Some end up running really early in the morning and some run late in the morning, but it kind of evened out and it was about 50-50 in my opinion. But again, stocks that run late in the afternoon, for instance, worked 100% of the time, even though it was only 3 of them that actually did it. Still, after getting some of this data back and really starting to interpret it, one of the things I started to look for during this testing session was confirmed highs above the pre-market high. I know I kind of went over this in my moving average crossover video, but this specifically relates to the pre-market high. And so if you can look for a really confirmed level above the pre-market high, and then instead of waiting for the pre-market high level to break, you wait for that confirmed level to break, then it's just a much higher percentage way to approach this trade in my opinion. And out of that sample size, we had 8 of them that actually did this, and 6 of them were successful. And so that ran at about 75%. Aside from that though, I didn't see much difference between really early morning pre-market high breaks and high breaks that happened later in the morning, but I did see a huge difference in ones that happened in the afternoon versus the morning. Stocks that eventually build up, consolidate in the morning, and then break in the afternoon, ripping over the pre-market high. Again, those are usually pretty strong stocks and they actually gap up a lot of the time after that as well.
Alright team, so we had some pretty interesting results. One of the common things I'm really finding out here when I'm backtesting these stocks is that while I might not get the results I'm specifically looking for, there's usually kind of a silver lining with these backtesting results that turns out to be pretty profitable. I know we found that out with the gapping penny stocks video because even though 2/3 of them failed, the third that succeeded, you know, that 33%, ended up showing really good strength and turned out to be a really profitable strategy if you can wait for it. And so that's kind of the silver lining I'm talking about, and these backtesting videos are no exception. The moving average crossover strategy has showed extreme promise as well, and you know, one of the most common questions I get is how can we find these big moving stocks before they happen? I think if you look for the moving average crossover earlier in the day, you know, within that first 30 minutes, that's how you can find those big moving stocks before they happen, by looking for that specific crossover. I'll include those videos in the description as always, and we have a ton of backtesting videos so far, but just like the last 3 videos, if you have anything specific that you want to see me backtest, let me know right now in the comments below, and again, I'll definitely consider it, and I'm looking for more strategies to backtest just like that. As always, if you want to help support our free content, you can either click the like button, or if you want to hang out with us after these videos or streams or whatever is over, check out Trader Mike's Discord. It's got a really great group of profitable, talented traders, and it's super active. It's really the reason I got back involved trading penny stocks. And I'll include that link in the description, and so if you want to hang out with us, go check out that link. You can also go check out our very own Discord if you want to message us or anything like that. And again, I'll include both of those in the description. Remember team, day trading penny stocks can be extremely risky, and it's really one of those things that you want to test each strategy you use. That way you know if it actually works. I definitely recommend that for all new traders, especially if you're trading a new strategy. You might as well go out and test it before you put your money on the line, and I think that's the safest way to approach this type of thing with penny stocks. Anyways, guys, with all that being said, remember you can join us every single weekday morning for free on YouTube. We day trade live on stream right here, showing all the different aspects of our trading and breaking down these strategies as we actually take them. And so I'll see you all then. Good luck in the markets, and thanks for watching, team.